Alright, so this isn't your typical my video, where I'm talking about a quarterback or a player. This one's definitely a little something different. I wanted to try a fun topic, something I haven't seen a lot of people do yet. I have seen ranking NFL mascots by aura, which I will say I'm inspired by that, but I wanted to add my own spin to it. So in today's video, I'll be ranking NFL mascots I could beat in a fight. Now, let me remind you, I have no fighting experience, so yeah, this is going to be a treat. So we have three ranks. We have the I would beat in a fight, which means I would obliterate all these mascots, which means I would kick its ass. There's like no chance I actually lose in this. And then we have the middle rank, which is I stand a chance, which I can see myself losing, but I can also see myself winning. And then we have straight would murder me. Like, the mascot is absolutely going to come out of this fight with my teeth broken. Like, this mascot is going to break every bone in my body, So now that I've explained the ranks, let's get into the video. Alright, so for the first mascot, we have Poe, the Raven, yeah. Alright, so let's get a few things straight about good old Poe. For starters, well, he's a Raven, that's a guarantee. And of course, being around a Ravens team for as long as this motherfucker has, or just being around the Baltimore area in general, he's learned a thing or two about whooping some ass. Which means I'm pretty much shit out for luck here. But see, now here's the thing. He's the only mascot I can really ever remember in existence getting carted off of the field due to injury. And especially at the hands of a youth player. I mean, the kid shoved him. So just from this, I can already picture this bird is pretty damn injury prone. So unless that kid was on steroids or had really something against Poe, I think I got a good chance. And plus, have you seen this bird? I mean, he's got a fat ass beak. So his vision is shiv. I'm coming at him straight. That, or I'll just hide under his beak and to give him a Street Fighter-like uppercut. I want to rate my survival chances 7.5 out of 10. If he gets up, I'm most likely fucked, but let's face facts. That's a big-ass bird, and this ain't no Sesame Street, but if he stays down, I'm eating crow for dinner. Alright, next up, we have Billy Buffalo. What in the Disney AI fuck is this? Have you ever seen something so terrifying, and yet so friendly at the same time? Like, this motherfucker is 7'2", yet it looks like Sully from Monsters, Inc., and I just want to pet the damn thing. How am I supposed to be intimidated by something that looks like it would offer me a muffin basket and the opportunity for friendship? Like, I would walk up, tap his nose because how friendly this man looks. I would not feel threatened. Hell, I would honestly feel bad whooping its ass. Like, this is the equivalent to like a golden retriever for like mascots. I would feel bad honestly punching this damn thing. But see, now here's the thing. Thankfully, he's not a golden retriever and this was a life or death situation. I'm coming out on top. So unless he's anything like what he's supposed to resemble in fights based on how he looks, and I probably sweep. Hell, most likely based on his looks, he'll just give me the win for the hell of it and say, yeah, you go, buddy, and give me the biggest high five in the world after I whoop his ass. See, this is one where I honestly would rather chill with the mascot rather than beat it up. But for the video's sake, I'm whooping defeat and putting him through a table. Survival chances 10 out of 10 would recommend to a friend. Alright, so then next up we have Who Dey. So Tony the Tiger here thinks he has a chance, and well, you would absolutely be correct. See, instead of a nice bowl of cereal, he's offering only fades today, and I will get my ass whooped. Let's keep it a buck. Like, the mascot doesn't even have a name. It's a damn catchphrase. Like, he's going to pummel my ass and then say, "Who they now, bitch?" Like, like he doesn't even have a name. The man's name is Who Dey. Like, you're answering to him. Who is whooping your ass? It's Who Dey. So, yeah, I'm not liking my odds here. I do believe the best I could do here is just to tell him his pay is getting cut in order to pay for the offense, and he's not getting paid enough to do this, and I hope he fucks off. See, if I can get that to happen, I win by forfeit, but most likely, I'm getting my pockets ran. See, this is a mascot who doesn't eat Frosted Flakes, but fucking nails for breakfast. I'm getting cooked. Survival chances 3 out of 10. There's slight hope, but as long as I wake up in the ER, I consider that a win. Random 1, Tony the Tiger 0, I am done for. Alright, next up we have Brownie the Elf, the Browns mascot. So for today's episode of What the Fuck, I'm fighting one of the 7 doors. This ain't Sleepy, but I'm going to put his ass to sleep. I mean, fuck's sakes. If this was an actual dwarf, he'd be titled Depression because, like this team, it's an absolute joke. I honestly cannot explain to you why the fuck this is the mascot. I mean, the logo looks dope, but in real life, this shit looks goofy as fuck, and the smirk on his face just makes it more of a pleasure than a challenge. Like, I'm gonna channel my inner Draymond Green on this son of a bitch. I know they have 2 mascots, but this one's a lot more funnier to point out. And plus, I'm not a monster. I'm not gonna punch a dog like Vic. But I will slap the fuck out of a Snow White reject, so unless he's with chumps, I won't do it because I feel too bad what the poor dog would see. But see now, if you put us in a room like a one-on-one scenario, I'm coming out wearing his outfit. I am going to snap this elf in 4. Survival rating, I would like to give myself a nice 9 out of 10, something pretty solid. Because, there's the chance he has magic or he's immortal. But if he's anything like the team, I walk straight through this one. Alright, so next up we have Miles Bronco. He's whooped my ass. I mean, from the looks of this damn thing, this motherfucker looks evil. From his eyes to his shit-eating grin, and plus, he's a horse. I mean, one kick from those knockoff Jordan 14s, this son of a bitch wears, I'm dead. So for this fight, I'm going to make like a horse and run off in a separate direction. Why? Because I love living, and fighting this thing takes away that right. Either way, I'm cooked most likely because they don't call the man Miles because he runs like a snail. He's probably going to chase me down or something. Regardless, this does not look good for me. You know, my survival ratings here, I would have to give myself a nice 0 out of 10. You know, based on how terrifying this mascot is, I'd be lucky to make it out with my jaw still intact. Rule number 1, kids, don't fuck with horses because one kick from those damn things and you will not be able to taste color for the rest of your life. And well, this is why. Alright, next up we have Toro from the Texans. Respectfully, no. I've seen clips of this damn demon sent from hell jumping off the ceiling of the stadium for fun. And then on top of that, there was a clip of him sending some Titans fan into the air. Like, what the fuck? I mean, there's plenty of more clips that suggest I really do not have a favorite in this fight because, I mean, there's so many clips of this bull being a damn troll and always having something planned up his sleeve. So you would bet your ass he's coming to this fight with something planned. I'm just saying, knowing my chances, I'm gonna walk up and BAM! A crowbar from his endless inventory and right into my kneecaps. So I think coming unprepared is where I go wrong, but again, how do you plan to fight a crazy ass mascot that flies into action from the ceiling like he's fucking Batman? Here's the way you plan for it is you just don't fight the damn thing. Oh yeah, and the cherry on top of all that is he's shredded. So imagine fighting a bull on crack because that's what you get with Toro. He looks friendly as hell, but the horns don't lie, this motherfucker is evil. Survival rating 3 out of 10. He'll probably let up once he feels like I'm ready, but I definitely wouldn't recommend this. Alright, so then we have Blue from the Colts. Okay, personally, I wouldn't want to fight it, given this is one of the cooler mascots and one of my favorites, but life or death and it has to go down, I think I win. See, I'm more afraid of him humping the air or twerking around my lifeless body if he somehow knocks me out than I am the actual fight. Like, he's more of a vibe than a threat. The only thing I look out for is when he runs at you full speed. My strategy, trip the bastard and go from there. However, for the chance he does knock me down, I'm pretty much done for. Like, I've seen this guy jump off of a ladder through the Falcons mascot. This is one crazy son of a bitch. So I say it's a solid 50-50 with the 100% chance we dance, so my survival rating will be a 7 out of 10. Guys, super chill, wouldn't lay a hand on him unless I needed to, although I am still very afraid of his humping ability. Alright, so then we have Jackson DeVille. Just like Toro, don't let the look fool you, this Chester the Cheetah looking fuck is a psychopath. Pretty much the embodiment of Florida man, especially when he's in a Speedo, which comes off more creepy than threatening. He'll bungee jump off of the roof one week and then ride in on a motorcycle the next, and with the news about Travis Hunter, you know he's gonna be more hyped than ever. So I'm essentially fighting a cheetah with about 20 pounds of crack in his body, which I would say, depending on which one I fight, I might have a chance. Now, thinking about it, I really don't think that matters anymore. You know, I've seen clips of this guy eating paintballs for crying out loud, and he took it like a champ, so that tells me alone he's not gonna feel any of my punches. Like, this is one crazy son of a bitch. I give my survival rating 3 out of 10, a bit too crazy for my standards. Alright, next up we have Raider Rusher. This one looks like a bank robber wearing a child's mohawk bicycle helmet. I would say if intimidation was the goal when making this, goal accomplished, I guess? I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, this mascot, he has the word Rusher in his name, and he isn't rushing to deliver me roses. He's rushing to deliver me an ass whooping. So I can only imagine he wouldn't be graced the face in a one-on-one. Especially if the spikes on the helmet are real, I'm somewhat fucked here. Like, you know, make matters worse, the definition of the word raider pretty much is summed up as violence, and that means I ain't making out of this one standing. I give my survival odds 5 out of 10. Yes, this mascot looks goofy, but like, fuck, I'm going to try to fight it. Alright, next up we have TD. Yes, that is actually his name, TD. Anyways, it's a dolphin with a helmet that looks like something Tua will wear. I'm whooping its ass. Plus, if you ever met a real dolphin, you know these things are assholes. So I would happily slap the happiness out of this water-breathing prick. I mean, standing on land alone should give me the win, right? I mean, this one should be a cakewalk, and for the chance he actually tries something, I'll just rip the damn helmet off and shove a cork in it. Like, it looks friendly, but if it's anything like a real dolphin, this is a treat. Survival rating 10 out of 10, pretty much light work. Alright, so then we have KC Wolf. Personally, as a Chiefs fan, I'll tell you this, as much as I like the mascot, it's so damn goofy, it looks like it would whip its own ass before I can get to it. This one should be easy. Again, I don't even think it would take much effort, even if I breathe on it and lose its balance and it's already on the floor. So when it comes to goofy ass mascots, just call me Mike Tyson, I take this one easy. Survival rating 10 out of 10, I'd worry more for his safety than mine. Alright, now we have Pat Patriots. Nothing about it looks intimidating, it really does not. It looks like Stan Smith from American Dad, but in a Patriot themed attire. Once again, the logo looks sick. I'm a fan of the throwbacks, but the actual mascot itself is a bigger chin than the stadium. I mean, anyone could generally knock this damn thing out if they try hard enough. enough. His hitbox is massive. But see, now here's the other thing. The only thing I'm actually worried about in this fight is his big ass boots. Like, God forbid I fall into the ground, he's 100% stomping me out with them bitches. So honestly, I'm gonna say 50-50 down the middle. You know, I stand a chance here. My survival rating 7.5 out of 10. I just gotta play my cards right. One slip up and he takes this one easy. All right, next up we have Staley make beam. Giga Chad looking ass off the bat. And what I get from this is he always carries around a steel beam, which gonna be honest, I ain't trying to get a hit from it. He makes a steel beam look like a fucking baseball bat. So I can imagine he could swing it around too, which again, one hit from a steel beam, being swung full force from Giga Chad. Here I go from meeting the Steelers organization to Jesus Christ in the snap of a finger. And now, let's say without the beam, I still lose. Like, his chin is big, don't get me wrong. It looks like one punch there, he might be out. But also, it looks like it's made of titanium. So one punch there, my hand is broken. Either way, I don't see an outcome where I'm not dead or lying in a river. So I'm going to give my survival rating a 1 out of 10. Next up, we have T-Rack, the Titans. I get it, you know, because the raccoon is the animal for Tennessee. But what part of this is intimidating? I mean, I'll admit, I like it. Raccoons can be cool. But for the sake of the video, I'm dogging this damn thing. Like, I'm talking pure roadkill. And like a raccoon, I'll toss it in the dumpster when I'm done. Like, it looks goofy enough to where I'm convinced this is not going to take a lot of effort, or at worst, I get scratched. I honestly don't know, but what I do know is somebody's getting a large Titans jersey at the end of the day, and that's going to be me wearing it like a damn trophy. Survival rating 10 out of 10. Alright, now we have Big Red from Arizona. Okay, he's the name of a drink. That's pretty awesome. Now one thing I like to get straight about this. This is one big bird. This is a massive bird. 6'4", has a 7-foot wingspan is his description on Google. Honestly, telling me those two details alone, without saying it's a mascot, I think you were describing one of the players. Not a damn bird, so I'm already not liking this. But I will say, he does look friendly. Almost nice enough to where I believe he want to drop kick my teeth in. I would like to say I have a fair chance. I don't think he's the most intimidating bird mascot out there, so there is that. But I do think my ass is still a high possibility of being served on this guy's menu. Survival rating 7 out of 10. Alright, now we have Freddy Falcon. So, he's got the eyes of a stalker. That's something to note. But also something I would see is this guy in a Disney movie. He looks so damn cartoonish. I think he's one of the less serious bird mascots I've seen today. But I do know he can jump from a ceiling, which means it does fear nothing. But I mean, come on, just from how it looks, there's no way this thing right here is kicking my ass. I am without a doubt clipping this bird's wings. I mean, maybe if you gave the guy eyebrows and made him look like, I don't know, someone pissed in his cereal, make him that type of angry looking, then maybe I'd be intimidated. But realistically, I'm gonna laugh at it. I'm going to laugh before giving him a 28-3 type ass whooping. I'm just saying. My survival rating is going to be a 10 out of 10. This might be easier than it looks. Might be a challenge, but all I know is I'm walking out of this one. Alright, now we have Sir Purr. Next to believe from Monsters Inc. over there, this is probably the most adorable mascot in the league, I'm going to say it. And personally, I wouldn't lay a hand on it. I really want it. From the smile to its very large rounded size, it feels like a very big house cat. And keeping it completely honest, I'm a cat type of guy, so I'll probably beat myself up before I even touch this fine gentleman. My survival rating would be a 0 out of 0. It is too cool to hit, plus he would probably rock my ass if I tried anything. Let's be real. Alright, now we have Staley the bear. There's a few things I take away from this mascot. Like, looking at his eyes, I could tell he has seen some shit. So if there was a mascot that's on the verge of crashing out, setting everything on fire, he's definitely higher up on the list. And also, he's huge! I mean, that is a 7-foot bear I'm supposed to fight. Like, this is a bear that's built like a drunk uncle who was a star back in the day, plays football roughly with kids at a party. On top of that, he looks like a hardcore smoker, so taking all that into a factor, I'm getting mauled. Example I would like to use that reminds me a lot like this bear is Yogi Bear, you know, because they do look alike. So imagine Yogi Bear 50 years after the fan with a large drug addiction. Like, this is a mascot that gives no fucks and has nothing to lose. So beating my ass is probably a normal thing on his schedule. So yeah, I really do not like my odds here. You know, I'm going to say my survival rating is a solid 3 out of 10. Maybe, but maybe not. But he is a bear for a reason. They say never poke a bear with a stick. So yeah, that's kind of raps. Next up, we have Rowdy. Nothing against Cowboy fans or their fan base, but seeing this thing every Sunday somehow pissed me off growing up. Most likely because of that big-ass cartoonish smile. I will say, it's a pretty friendly mascot, at least from what I see. You know, that's the vibe I get from it. But for the sake of the video, I'm knocking him out. Yes, his boots can easily turn my head into solid mashed potatoes if the fight goes the distance, but like the Cowboys, since he's a part of the team, technically, he'll just choke when the moment is too large. in, of course, typical cowboy fashion. So based on all that, I say I stand a chance to give myself a solid rating of a 7 out of 10. Alright, now we have Rory. Look, I ain't fighting anything. I worked under the same building as Dan Campbell. Survival rating 0 out of 10. This thing is going to make light work of me. 1, it's a damn line. Does that really need any further explanation? And 2, he's big as hell. I mean, his name isn't Rory because he meows and lounges around like a bitch. He roars and will probably rip my head off. And now we have Rampage. Yeah, I ain't touching this one with a 20-foot pole. Well, maybe, I don't know. Fighting a ram, especially one that works around McVeigh. I mean, I'm asking to be killed, or at worst, badly injured. I mean, they don't call the bastard Rampage because he's sweet like sugar. This one's hard as a brick. Pause. And will run all over me. I mean, just like the team, you can never underestimate the Rams. Neither their mascot. Like, you have to put him in there as well. Because, man, can it do some bad shit to you. Like, can it hurt you? Thankfully, he looks friendly, though, so I might be off the hook. I just hope he lets up before I'm unconscious on the floor. My survival rating, I would have to say, is a solid 5 out of 10 for Rampage. Alright, now we have Victor. Just a wild guess, but if he's resembling a Viking, does that mean he has Viking strength? Like, I need these hypotheticals to be answered because I feel that hypothetical is the difference between me living and getting knocked the fuck out because of it's just a human cosplaying a Viking. I think I take this, but for the chance, let's say it is a real Viking, there is not a shot in hell I come out breathing. However, I'm going to bet it is the first option because how friendly he comes off as. I mean, based on his smile, it looks like he's everyone's best friend. And at worst, will only laugh at me and not throw a punch. So I kind of like my odds here. I say my survival rating is a 7 out of 10 only for the reason he might snap back and realize he's a Viking and rip me in 5. So friendly shots will be thrown 7 out of 10. Alright, now we have Sir Saint. So somebody took Dan Campbell's iron balls and put it on this goofy ass mascot's chin. Crit the chin looking ass boy, I'm just saying. If anything, it makes this fight a breeze because while his forearms look like tumors that have knockout powers for days, that chin alone says he doesn't last more than 5 minutes. And no, this is not a porn advertisement. The hitbox on this goofy is the size of an actual steak. One windup and it is wrapped. And just like your boy Poe from the Ravens, I'm gonna hide under this thing and come up straight when he's not looking because once again, that big ass chin, I doubt he could see straight or see anything below it. I would like to give my survival rating a 10 out of 10, and no, I'm not fighting the other mascot, which is a dog. Once again, not a monster, but this big chin prick right here can catch this 3-piece combo, that breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm just saying, I walk out of this one easy, no difficulty at all. Alright, now we have Swoop from Philly. No, not a shot in hell. I think I have a better chance at winning the lottery than I do coming out of this one alive. That is a big-ass bird. And 2, why am I fighting him in Philadelphia? Why am I going to Philly to fight an eagle? An eagle! This guy's going to lay me in a coffin and personally drop it down himself. This bird is born and raised and only feeds on kicking ass. This is exactly what he is going to do. There's no shot I actually survive in this. I give my survival rating a solid 1 out of 10. Now we have Blitz from the Seahawks. Yeah, no. What is up with me fighting very intimidating looking birds? This one's gonna whoop my ass. I mean, come on. It's in Seattle. That already gives it the advantage. 2, have you seen this damn thing stand up? It is the same size as DK Metcalf. I'm just saying, this thing is gonna break every bone in my body and just stare me down. He already looks pissed off. I didn't even do nothing to the guy yet. And he already looks like he wants to punch down my windpipe. So, yeah, I don't like my odds here. I'm gonna say my survival rating is a 1 out of 10. And now we have Captain Fear. I would normally have a good amount to say about old Captain Crunch here, but Captain Fear, I mean, not only doesn't mean this guy is a leader with power, I mean, that's how he got the name Captain, but the word fear, I mean, he didn't just wake up one morning and name himself this. This was probably earned, which means I'm pretty cooked if that's actually the case. Like, they didn't call him Fear because he's soft like Charmin Ultra Strong, but Fear because I'm going to shit bricks when he's standing in front of me. Oh yeah, and did I mention, he's a pirate? Chances are this fucker brings a sword. So, there's not a chance in hell I come out of this one alive either. Survival chances 1 out of 10. This scallywag is whooping my ass. Don't let me fool you. Alright, now we have Major Tutty. So for this one, I would like to change the question to what are my chances to what are his chances of surviving. And really not mine because, well, it's a pig. I'm fighting a pig here. So worst case scenario, I make bacon out of it or he ends up whooping my ass. There are only 2 ways out of this. And now let me remind you, I don't eat bacon as much as I tend to like. I like to eat clean. But when I can, I do. And damn it, I'm gonna reward myself once I'm done whooping this thing's ass. Like, keeping it a buck. I genuinely forgot the Commander Center mascot. I really did. I don't know why I don't remember it. And I really just still do not remember it being a damn pig. If I'm correct, I think it's paying tribute to something, but either way, for the sake of the video, I'm turning this thing into food. I would like to give my survival rating 10 out of 10. I would like to give his 1 out of 10. And to end off the video, we have Boltman. Yeah, no. Come on now, his bicep is bigger than my head. This is not gonna go well at all. The question should be changed to how long before I completely black out facing this guy. I don't think I'm going to see the sun again if I'm locked in a room with this damn thing. The closest thing I'm going to see to the sun is the lightning bolt that's going to be his hand swinging in my direction. Survival rating 0 out of 0. This thing murders me. I mean, it's pretty damn obvious. This thing looks like a killer already. And that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking with this video. I wanted to do a fun topic because, you know, the draft season's over and, well, we have a few more weeks or so until training camp, and then even then, I don't know what I'm going to post. So, you know, I wanted to see an experiment with some of the more fun ideas. So, you know, this was like one of the best ones I can come up with. So I really hope y'all did enjoy this, and I will see you all in the next random recap.